A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. On second down, a run with Breida. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Check. Crunch.
Out of the gun now on third down. And it's caught by Parker. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practice.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Back to throw. And this is Parker, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll drop the throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he's still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. They'll set up to throw. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 20-yard line.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Well, Wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Third and 3.
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is third down. He'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth.
56, the mic, boy. 56. Check 56. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And Brown's got it for a Dolphins touchdown. Antonio Brown, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Let's go,
First and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
On the double.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now Eckler. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Herbert. And this one complete to Reed. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help the team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throw left side is complete to Reed. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
Let's go now. 18 Gator. All day, dog. Watch time, watch time. Tight end.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
Bravo. Let's go, Titan.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Hunter Henry, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for it.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Running on first down, Eckler. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. What a great surprise Austin Eckler has turned out to be. That's the kid that was undrafted out of Western State, signed with the Chargers in 2017, and then last season, 554 yards at 5.2 yards per carry, and then he was also effective catching the football. 39 receptions, over 400 yards there. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his second touchdown on the season, and the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. The Dolphins on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Slam.
Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Linval Joseph picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Now back to throw. And he's going to go down again. Nick Vigil. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They're going to look to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's King.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Now, their last two drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, Herbert. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Check 56. Kill.
Breida, he'll try the right side. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
49 the mic.
He'll look to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. Now the return will stop right around the 25. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Badgley able to knock this one through. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter.
Come on now, let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. They'll get 4 out of that, and it'll bring up a third down.
Ready, ready! 18 Gators! Hey, box truck, box truck! 5!
On 3rd and 2, Herbert, he'll get this to Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right
down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, L.A. Austin Eckler, his second touchdown on the season. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first. Oh, now Breida loses it, and picked up by the Chargers. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
the psychology of the game.